eyes, but it's because of the allergies.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We were doing it before.
Just watch your life. Yeah. Hopefully they'll settle. Very good afternoon to everybody and welcome to the 148th edition of the Global Weather Report, live here from the A9. A little bit less prepared today than normal, so you're going to have to bear with me a little bit, everybody, but hope you haven't had any real time. Lindsay and I are driving back up from Kirkintilloch again, had a nice meal with my dad, who turned 70 years of age, back on and cruising on our way back up to Inverness again. So let me just pull up the live chat. Hopefully I am live and I'm not just wasting my time here talking. I think I am anyway, and I'll see what everybody is saying on this fine. Let me see who was first on. It was Katrine that was on first and foremost. Good afternoon to Katrine. Good afternoon to you. They're saying minus 2.1 Celsius north. Cooling has taken place. I've lost the live chat here. Just bear with a second. They're saying minus 2 Celsius North Atlantic and 24. Yeah, I'm just double checking that I am live. Can you hear me okay? Obviously I am talking in a moving car, so I do apologise if the sound quality isn't quite as good. So good afternoon to William McKendry. I will get your name right this week, William. Hi Mark, let me see here. Okay, so hi Mark, how's dream? Thanks for and Catherine as well in Allness. Good afternoon to yourselves. I hope you're both well this afternoon. Paul James also tuning in from sunny Hampshire. Hope you're well, my friend. We've also got like I said, Katrine Turbo Stream tuning. Good afternoon. It actually rained here today in Birmingham, only about an hour's worth. Yeah, certainly a different story up here, it has to be said, Turbo Stream. We've had a reasonable amount of rain over the last few days up in the north of the UK. Different story the further south you go, as has already been mentioned. Mark, it's nice to see you again. Hope you are well, says Hazel. Good afternoon to Hazel. Good afternoon to Paul Farwell as well. Good afternoon, Mark. Humid and looking a bit thundery in Swindon, says Paul. Paul James also saying had 10 minutes of rain here, so better than nothing. Yeah, it's good to see a little bit of rain. I must admit, it would be nice to see a little bit more in the way of warm sunshine up here in the north. I must admit, we've been kind of starved of this warmth up in the north. Probably folks in Northern Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, probably could say the same thing as well. But yeah, we have to make do with what we have. Obviously, we've got 24 concurrent viewers at the moment. Hit that like button, it would be greatly appreciated. It certainly does help the channel out a lot. Also, okay, looks as if I'm reconnected. I think, hopefully, this might be one of those very rare events that I may have to cut this short. I don't know. Can folks help me out and let me know if I'm live at this moment in time? The time is now 29 minutes past 4. Turbo Stream saying, my friend in Shotts, Lanarkshire, is sick of the rain they have been getting. Hazel saying, it's buffering, my friend. Yeah. Not 100% sure if this is live or not. I know the Met Office's live stream was hit by technical problems back on Friday there. Sorry, but the signal comes and goes, and lo and behold, another phone call, says David. So obviously I'm on the hotspot on my phone, so that's how I'm getting internet, or trying to get internet anyway. So actually what I'm saying, I don't know how current this is. I know there's People probably a little bit frustrated. I do apologise for that. Live at the moment, but it's rather choppy with prolonged breaks. Watching from desktop, Watching from desktop top on Firefox, says GH. You're live, Mark, but signal keeps going. Okay. I'll keep chatting. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, and even if you choose to leave the live stream, I do appreciate that. Incidentally, this is the current temperature anomalies around the world as of the 5th or the 6th? The 6th of July. Just bear with a second. Okay, so this is the current temperature anomalies for nearly the first full week of July around the world. There is actually a lot of cool on that chart. Maybe put your phone by the window. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I'll tell you what, I don't know whether to try and disconnect and then reconnect. That may or may not work. It might actually just cut the live stream altogether. I don't know, and start again. I'll hold the phone by the window, and it may or may not work. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so the last message is Turbo Stream. I was live in Thurrock, which is southern Essex. We usually get rain, which has been forecasted. So that's Katrina's last message. Can you let me know if you've heard me say that message, the last message from Katrina, and then I can tell whether I'm actually live or not, because the problem is that I don't actually know whether I'm live or whether I'm just talking to the car here. See if there's any more comments coming through. Okay, so the rain keeps bypassing this, says Turbo Stream. Let's see here. Still live, Mark, says Turbo Stream. Excellent. Bear with anyway. Hopefully this will continue. So yeah, can you see the current temperature anomalies globally at the moment? There is a lot of there's actually, I could argue that there's more cool on that map than there is warm, which is very interesting. You go back to the month of June, and you can see here that we did have some large areas of cool across Canada, northern Russia, Eastern Europe, including the north up over Norway, Sweden and Finland. We had northern portions, vast areas of northern Africa below average, vast parts of Australia, more than the majority of Australia was actually below average during the month of June. We had some large cool across the south of Africa, across India, Iran, Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, Azerbaijan. We've seen a lot of cooler than average during the month of June. Have we turned some sort of a slight corner when it comes to global temperature over the last, say, couple of months? I don't know, but it's very interesting how cool this July has started off. And this is the fair and balanced approach that I'm trying to have on this channel, that I'm showing you the cool as well as the warm. A lot of the media would suggest that the Earth is just completely overcooked. That is not necessarily the case. We've got Sync Splint also tuning in. Good afternoon to Sync Splint. You're still live, Mark. We hear you. Bit intermittent, says Paul. Yeah, I do apologise about that, Paul, and to everybody else. Yeah, just trying something different. I think maybe in the future I may not try this again, for the simple fact that it's coming and going. It's not very good to try and listen to. But yeah, this is the temperature anomalies globally for the first 6 days of July in terms of the temperatures. You can see large areas of below average. Again, India's doing pretty well. Central and northern India. If you check out the tropical outlook from yesterday. I spoke about the rains that we've seen so far. Argentina, coldest day in Buenos Aires, the capital of Argentina, and they even bring up the live chat. I don't know if this is cutting off big time or not. This is quite a bad location actually. Between Dunkeld has got quite a black spot here in terms of signal. So yeah.
Yours is just picking up the internet.
Yeah.
We use mine for the YouTube. Because you're on YouTube on your phone and on your phone.
Yeah, it's like over working it.
Open YouTube live.
So just bear with me a second. I'm going to go on to Lindsay's Wi-Fi and see if that works any better.
Stay
Or
on your
4G.
No, stay on your 4G. Stay
Yeah.
on your hotspot.
Just go into the live YouTube.
Close your YouTube so that your phone's not running 2 or 3 different things.
Mm-hmm.
And open my YouTube.
Yeah. That's what I've done.
And you'll be
Get the messages.
reading the comment.
Mm-hmm.
If you comment, it will comment saying it's me, but it's you.
Yeah.
Right?
Sorry, I'm just trying to pull up the live chat again so I can see what folks are saying.
Have you closed all your tabs?
Yeah. Just see here.
This is quite a bad location actually.
Okay. We're back. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I will continue rambling on at the moment anyway. So you can see here the global temperature normally is interesting areas of warmer versus cooler than average, as already discussed. Let's move on then and look at the tropics real quick and see the latest, because I do think that system in the Atlantic just off the southeast coast of the United States did become Tropical Storm Chantal, and bringing showers and thunderstorms. We are tuned in to see if Mark and they are blocked off. 2 seconds. Can't read the full message. Yeah. I can't get rid of that. The wee emojis. That's it. Okay. So, Tropical Storm Chantal is no more a tropical storm. It moved inland as now it's a tropical depression on the South and North Carolina border, it seems, according to NHC. So that is that system now inland, but that is now the third named system. So we are ahead of the game in terms of named systems in not just the East Pacific, but now the Atlantic, which is quite interesting. If we look at the East Pacific, we have got, just trying to pull this up to see what's happening. Do we have anything going on here? Nothing as of yet, but we do have a warning area, 50% chance of a disturbance developing over the next 7 days, it would seem. But it looks as if the risk has kind of lowered slightly over the East Pacific, which is interesting. If this pulls up, let's have a look at the global picture in terms of activity, tropical wise anyway. And hopefully once I get out of this area, the signal may improve. So this is how things are looking off the CIMSS website here. We actually do have a Typhoon Danis. I think that's the first typhoon of the season, by the way, in the right up against the east coast of China. We've also got Tropical Storm Mun, nothing in the Indian Ocean. We've obviously got the remnants of Chantal now inland over North America, and then we've got an Invest 96E in the East Pacific as already discussed. Let's look at Twittersphere then, see what is happening here. Again, it may be a little bit slow to upload. James World tune in. Hi from Glasgow, says James. You driving? No, I'm not driving, but I'm in the passenger seat. We're heading up the A9 to Inverness, James. We're down seeing my dad celebrating his 70th birthday. We had a nice meal in a place called Auchinlock, which is just on the outskirts of Lindsay. Heading back up to home again. I'm going to stop off and get some grub. It's nah, this isn't working. Okay, I don't know if anybody can hear this, but I'm going to probably call it a day on this because it's not reconnecting, unfortunately. That's a pity, but technical issues, you can't really help that, I suppose. So, going to call. So I'm actually on Lindsay's phone at the moment, so it looks like it's Lindsay that's writing, but it isn't. It's actually myself. I'm going to call it a day on that issue. Too much issues with the connection, so I'll end it there. Join me tomorrow for the European Outlook. We'll look at this upcoming week, the potential of heatwave conditions returning at the end of the week, and stay tuned. Sorry about this, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you, all being well, next weekend with the live stream back at Marflin Weather HQ. But the full week of content coming up, and stay tuned for that. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time with more. Bye for now. And it's reconnected just at that same time. Yeah, we're going to call it quits at that. Join me for the European Outlook around 5 PM as usual tomorrow.